Have you ever noticed how some older men seem to command respect effortlessly? They walk into a room, say little, and yet everyone senses their presence. Women pay attention when they speak. Younger men look up to them without even knowing why. Then there are others, men who try so hard to be liked that it backfires completely. They come across as insecure, overbearing, or even unsettling. It's rarely about looks, money, or status. It's about energy. You can't fake it and you can't buy it. You can only build it from the inside out. The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, understood this centuries ago. They warned that a man's downfall doesn't begin in his circumstances, but in his reactions, in his inability to control himself. And today, that wisdom matters more than ever, because modern men are losing what the Stoics fought to preserve: self-mastery. So in this reflection, we'll uncover the 3 hidden mistakes that quietly destroy respect, attraction, and trust, and how the Stoic man avoids them. Mistake 1: the illusion of control. It begins subtly. You meet someone, maybe a woman you're drawn to, maybe a colleague whose approval you want, and suddenly, your peace depends on their response. You text and wait. You talk and analyze. You give, but expect something back. And when the outcome doesn't match your expectation, you feel it. That sting of frustration, the tightening in your chest. You tell yourself you're just being caring, attentive, emotionally invested. But deep down, it's not care, it's control. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control, the ability to know what is within your power and what is not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Most men ignore this truth. They hand over their peace to the uncontrollable, to other people's reactions, to outcomes, to emotions. And the moment you do that, you start losing the quiet strength that makes you respectable. Because here's the paradox. When you try to control someone else's feelings, you appear weak. When you release control, you appear powerful. Desperation always leaks through, and in tone, in timing, in body language. And women, especially, feel it instantly. They can sense the man who's seeking validation, even when he hides it behind confidence. A Stoic man doesn't chase reassurance. He gives his best, his time, his presence, his virtue, and lets the outcome unfold. If it aligns, good. If it doesn't, also good. His self-worth remains untouched. This is not coldness, it's composure. It's the calm center that makes a man magnetic without saying a word, because people, deep down, are drawn to those who do not need them. Mistake 2: living in the shadow of past glory. There's a sad truth about aging that most men don't confront. Many don't mature, they just get older. You've met the man who can't stop talking about his past, his career achievements, his old relationships, the glory days that proved his worth. Every story starts with, "back when I..." At first, it's interesting. Then it becomes exhausting. Why? Because the present version of him has gone missing. He's living inside his own echo, reliving moments that no longer define him. The Stoics warned about this illusion long before social media existed. Seneca wrote, "Fame is a vapor, popularity an accident, and riches take wings. Only one thing endures: character." A man who defines himself by his past is trapped. He's waiting for the world to keep rewarding him for something it's already forgotten. He stops learning, he stops adapting, and worst of all, he stops listening. The man who talks constantly about who he was can't see who he's becoming. Women notice this immediately. Instead of grounded confidence, they sense entitlement, the expectation that respect should be given, not earned. And respect, once expected, evaporates. The Stoic man moves differently. He respects his past, but he never lives in it. He understands that wisdom isn't stored in old victories. It's earned daily through humility and awareness. He doesn't need to tell you how capable he is. You can feel it in his calm, his focus, his presence, because true confidence doesn't come from remembering who you were. It comes from knowing who you are right now. Mistake 3, emotional reactivity, the death of masculine composure. Nothing destroys respect faster than emotional volatility. It doesn't matter how successful or intelligent you are. If your emotions own you, you lose control of the room. Picture this. A man is calm until something small doesn't go his way. A waiter makes a mistake. A woman doesn't text back. Someone disagrees with him. And suddenly, the mask slips. He snaps, gets defensive, or grows cold and distant. What was once composure becomes chaos. And that shift, that flash of insecurity, tells everyone around him one thing: he's not in control of himself. Seneca called anger a form of temporary madness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, it is not the thing itself, but your judgment of it." The Stoic man practices emotional self-regulation, not repression. He doesn't bury his feelings. He observes them. He feels everything: disappointment, pain, attraction, loss. But he does not let those feelings dictate his response. When others shout, he stays calm. When others panic, he breathes. When others chase, he steps back. And that steadiness, that stillness, is what people trust. It's what women find safe. It's what separates maturity from instability, because strength isn't in reacting, it's in restraint. And restraint is the foundation of power, the Stoic path to respect and presence. So what really separates the man who inspires respect from the one who silently repels it? It's not height, status, or charisma, it's self-command. The Stoics didn't teach men to suppress their nature. They taught them to master it, to understand that control over your mind is the highest form of freedom. That discipline isn't punishment, it's protection. That peace isn't found by avoiding struggle. It's found by choosing how you face it. When a man learns to control his impulses, when he learns to let go of what's not his to control, when he stops performing and starts embodying, he transforms. People sense it before he says a word. Women lean in without knowing why. Younger men observe him not because he's loud, but because he's centered. He doesn't need validation. He is validation. That's the essence of Stoicism, power rooted in peace. The reflection. If you recognize yourself in these mistakes, but in the chasing, the nostalgia, the reactivity, don't see it as failure. See it as your call to evolve. The Stoics believed every moment is a chance to begin again. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what you've lost. The moment you choose awareness over impulse, acceptance over control, and stillness over noise, you begin to command the kind of respect that never fades. Not through manipulation, not through performance, but through presence. A Stoic man doesn't chase admiration. He earns it quietly, every single day, through discipline, humility, and strength of mind. Because in the end, it's not women or society you need to impress. It's the man you see when the mirror is quiet and the world is asleep. That man knows when you've betrayed yourself. And that man knows when you've finally come home. So ask yourself, do you move through life trying to be seen or trying to be steady? Do you react or do you respond? Do you live in the past or stand tall in the present? Because the answer to those questions will determine the kind of man you truly are. Closing words. The world doesn't need louder men. It needs calmer ones. It needs men who can stand firm when others crumble, who can lead without boasting, who can love without losing themselves. That's the Stoic way. That's the path of mastery. Stay grounded, stay disciplined, stay free.